Yes, alright, lads. Welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. We're back again with another one, and we're gonna talk James Maddison. We are also gonna talk preparations for the new season because it is here, as well as the new rule of substitutes, so that you can also know. I'll try to make sure that you know whatever happens in the Premier League, around Arsenal, and around football. If I feel it is very important, like Messi to PSG, that is important. You should know. And we did a story about that yesterday. So make sure you keep yourselves locked into Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Smash the like button, that really means a lot. Make sure you do smash the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new and you've not yet done that so far. So let's try to dive into the stories, and I'll start off with the new substitution rule that has been passed out. Now, apparently, the rule has been 7 substitutes on the bench. You have 11 players on the pitch and 7 players on the bench. Now, it has changed. 2 more substitutes permanently have been added by the Premier League. So what that means is easy. We are going to have we shall have 9 substitutes, or nine substitutes on the bench. It is not yet verified, or I don't know of it yet, whether the number of substitutes will raise from 3 per 90 to 5 per 90, but at least players that are sitting on the bench have been raised from 7 to 9. Well, look, for me, of course, it gives you an opportunity to add more players to the squad. Whenever you have players part of the squad, they feel a little bit different. They feel like they feel engaged. So if you have 19 players per 90 that attend every game, you can easily mark out your players, and you have those 19 players that are always available for you. But unless the substitutes change, it doesn't change a lot. Unless the substitutes also change, and then we can take 9. We can take off 3. We can take off 5. Sorry, and add 5 to the pitch. It wouldn't make any sense. But would you want the substitutions to stay 3? Or would you actually want them to stay to raise up to 5? That is my question for you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you understand football, if you just want transfer news, then here we go. But before we go into transfer news, we are sponsored by the beautiful people from LINGARD. So LINGARD brings you all the latest in terms of betting, or the latest in terms of odds, match fixing, and things like that. LINGARD, you can find them on www.yugabet.com, or click the link in the description so that you can actually win more bonuses with them. Right. So Arsenal have started preparations for Brentford, and of course for the opening day of the Premier League, where we shall play Brentford on the 13th of this month. I've seen Gabriel Martinelli is back. The likes of Saka are back. It looks like all our squad, apart from Lucas Torreira, who is still meandering around. Of course, he's very uncertain as his future at Arsenal. But of course, apart from Lucas Torreira, the rest of the lads are really back, and Arsenal has started gearing up. They have started training vigorously for the new season. Brentford, Chelsea, Manchester City. I'm going to be dropping a video today of our fixtures in this month, and what I think Arsenal, what results I think we shall pull out of those matches. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled onto the channel. So let's dive into the transfers right about now. I want to talk about James Maddison. I want to talk about the James Maddison update. We have something about Manuel Locatelli. Probably by the end of the video, I will also speak about Manuel Locatelli. But with James Maddison, Leicester City have identified a replacement, and that one is none other than Jesse Lingard. I'll say it again. Leicester City have identified a replacement of James Maddison, and the player is none other than Jesse Lingard. The story comes from Chris Whitley, and we know Whitley. Whitley is an Arsenal reporter through and through. When he says something, it's not absolutely that he's true, but it is because he's been informed about it. He's gotten some information about it. That is one thing you've got to know about Chris Whitley. He always speaks transfers updates after getting really good information. So Whitley says Arsenal target James Maddison will be replaced by Jesse Lingard at Leicester City should Maddison leave the club. And of course, today we had a couple of updates around James Maddison from the AFC Bell, and I promised that we will come live, but the problem was electricity. I got a blackout. But for me, Leicester City are starting to believe. They're starting to feel it that James Maddison is going to leave. They started looking for replacement. They looked at Filippo Coutinho. I don't think they will sign Coutinho. I don't think they will get Coutinho. It wouldn't be nice business for them. But for Jesse Lingard, it's a little bit two-way. It's good business for Jesse Lingard to go for a club like Leicester City, become their number 10. It would be absolutely good because he gets to play Europa League as a player. He becomes important in a club like Leicester City, and I think because he's never gonna play regular football at Manchester United. United are in the Champions League. They use the same squad in the Champions League as they use in the Premier League. So you don't expect Bruno to sit and Lingard plays in the Champions League, maybe in the FA Cup and Carling Cup. And after getting a very good loan spell last season at West Ham, I think Lingard of course reports have already come out and said Lingard would love to stay and fight for his place at Manchester United. And you know why I'm gonna say this? That would be ridiculous. That would absolutely be ridiculous. I don't see why Jesse Lingard decides to set Manchester United. Maddison moving to Arsenal opens up a very good opportunity, for Jesse Lingard. Leicester City do not have another number 10, and they do not have a lot of time to scout for another player to replace James Maddison. So for me, perfect replacement. For Leicester City. Obviously, there are a couple of questions on Jesse Lingard's quality and things like that. There are a couple of people who rate him. There are a couple of people like me that don't rate him so much. But I think if he goes to Leicester City, regular football with a side that is competing for top 4, he's gonna play with quality players: Tielemans, Somare, Ndidi, Vardy, Daka. He's gonna play with the likes of Harvey Barnes. He's playing with quality around him. And I think if you're a player like Jesse Lingard, and I'm surprised he's around 26, 27, you're not really looking at sitting on the bench at Manchester United. Yeah, I know that he has what you call an emotional attachment to Manchester United there, but you've got to develop your career. You've already shown us something at West Ham that you can blow up. You can you can blast up. You can actually become a very important player. So what I think it needs is more game time. But for me, that shows me that Arsenal have intensified. Arsenal have actually moved steps inside the James Maddison deal. It might not be as close as next week or as close as this week, like I've already said, but we are moving closer and closer and closer. Now you have Leicester City starting to think about replacement. You know what? We could do a replacement. We could get a replacement in Jesse Lingard. How do you see? They have started scouting here and there because they know, at the end of the day, if Maddison decides to leave, they're never going to stop him. If Arsenal put in the right offer, they're never going to reject it. So Arsenal fans, keep hoping, keep praying. Maybe this summer Arsenal could get in another one. Please do smash a like on the video. Let's get them to 500 likes on this video. Do make it a point to subscribe to the channel as well, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.